What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the video. So, see me in my work attire. I'm outside doing some work in the car. I just got done and I decided let me do this video. So, as you can see by the title, this is all just opinion based. I'm not bashing anybody. But is built Hondas, are they getting overpriced nowadays? I'm sure you guys saw by the picture. This has been bothering me last night because I think this guy posted this car yesterday, I think. I'm getting a lot of hate, and K28.org on the Facebook page is just going crazy. You guys are just posting cars. I know this was a trend. I thought it was serious because the first one of the ads that I saw was a K-Swap NSX. And I saw the guy for a crazy price. Like, okay, hey, you know what he has, you know what it's worth. And I just kept seeing all these posts, man. I was like, man, this has to be to this guy. Everybody's just trolling this guy. So I'll put a picture, obviously I have a picture of the guy's car on my stuff. I hope he gets it sold. I just made a little list of some of the parts from that he posted in the listing. And I'm sure there's a lot more stuff that is missing from that list, because you can go on and on, writing all that list down. So, if a serious buyer wants to know what's in the car, it's worth explaining to them instead of writing all that stuff down on Facebook. So, yeah, the car, he has it for 32. I can show you guys what I tallied up from the parts that he has, and you can decide if it's worth it or not. But as we know with Hondas, I think it's a societal, a psychological thing that for some reason a Honda shouldn't be, at a certain price. Obviously, you can get parts for eBay. The stigma that goes around from Fast and Furious, they just import cars for the cheap. You most see your guys from teenage to mid 20s are probably the only ones that should drive Hondas, and then you probably should step up to a crazy muscle car, and then you step up to a supercar. For me, I don't give a hell what my age is going to be. I'm still going to be a Honda man to the day I die. Now, mind you, I'll keep saying I'm a Honda man, but I'm a Honda man by heritage, but I'm a car guy. I love all kinds of cars. That's one thing I face out here, especially in the South. I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you're in the South, deep South, not a big city, you probably go through this as well. That Hondas is just full of shit. It's just noise box, and they're nothing. You don't think of a fast Honda. That's when I drive my car around. I get a lot of eyes, and I can imagine what they're saying. I've even heard people saying bullshit, but I don't care. It's what I want to build. And if I wanted to put myself in crazy payments just to build a car, because it doesn't matter what the car is, it's a depreciated asset. It don't matter if I don't care if it's a Lamborghini. Yes, some of these cars hold their value, but I don't think it's benefiting much of society. It's not curing AIDS, it's not curing cancer. It's just a hobby that is expensive, and it doesn't matter what the car is. So I may be going on a rant as well in this. So yeah, I'm gonna list out what the guy has on the ad, and I went online and I got some prices. So let's go through this. So like I said, he has a car for 32 and change, something like that. And yes, you can get a lot of cars turnkey, just like this car is a turnkey car. You don't have to worry about, I'm sure, getting any other parts or anything. If he has any issues, I'm sure he'd put that on the ad. But yeah, you can get a lot of good cars for $32,000 with some crazy payments every month. Some of these cars I would love to own. SRT 392 Scat Pack Charger. That's a good 4-door daily driver. If you want the Challenger edition, you can get the 2-door coupe. CTSV, I want a CTSV too. I would love to get a first gen, but for around 30-some thousand, you can get a decent second gen LSA supercharged 6.2, beautiful car. C7 Corvette, one of the cars that I want as well, Z06. You can probably get a decent C5 low mileage Z06. G8 GTO. I can go on and on. S550 Mustang, or the last previous generation Mustang to that, 4650. I can keep going and going. Supra, which it's an old car, but it holds its value. It's whatever you like, this is all my opinion. It doesn't matter if it has AC or if it has AC, which obviously a comfort daily car, you want to have AC. But like I said, I'm going to start with this list. So I'm assuming that Hub City did test fitted all the drivetrain parts. I'm assuming as well that he didn't do anything, which is not a bad thing, because the time to do this, I've learned for myself. I've lost a lot of money and just putting it into this car, which I'm not going to gain back. So coming off work early, that's like $200, $300, $400 you lose out your pocket just to come home and work in a car, which again, I'm not gonna get any value of. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything. This is a passion. So I made that sacrifice and I'm straight with it, But if you have a family, I think it's much cheaper for you to make the shop do all the work and you just focus on making your money, and it'll work itself out. So Hub City, I'm guessing installation ran, I put 7,000. They did the waggle parts and the lower control arm, everything to fit for the back. I think they did the piping for the turbo, if I read that correctly from the ad. So I'm guessing 7,000 for the motor build. I think this is a low ball, but I put 4,000. Rods, pistons, just the labor itself. That's probably high, but I mean 4,000 shit. These shops need to make money too. If you're charging $20-some or $14 an hour for a job, you're not making any money really, especially if you're a good engine builder. So you gotta charge, good to put money on the table for your family. If you performance shops, I don't think they make much money. Hopefully it can keep on going, but I think after a while it's just gonna keep tapering off because of all these companies that are bringing all these turnkey cars that you don't have to put much work into. You know what I'm saying? So I think performance shops, hopefully not, but it's just going to be a dying sport. It's already dying out here. I can't even get someone to shave my cylinder head off for me. So motor build 4,000. CSS cylinder support system. I'm guessing this is the one for 350. It's all on the website. I don't think this is an O-ring block. The O-ring version is a lot more. I think it's $100 more. So just a regular CSS that supports up to 800 horsepower. Is $350 plus shipping. I'm guessing it's around $480 because you gotta ship it to them, and everything has to be disassembled. I'm not sure if he's using a K20 or a K24, so I don't even have a price for a block or a long block in this list. I'm just going off of what he has. Manly Tough Turbo rods, pretty expensive rods. It's a mixed price, but the most consistent number I found is $847.28. So yes, that's the most consistent price that I found with the rods. Sorry, the dogs bark in the background. So $847.28. They got pretty good rods to me. I think they can hold decent amount of power. I think he just has it on, the most he made is 600 and change. I'm sure that motor can hold close to 8, 7, So L19 head studs, they're the fancy type of head studs to the regular ARP. So I think with those you have to wear a special, or wear a glove so you don't mess it up. I don't know why. Those are $359 on the website, ARP's website. SuperTech valve springs and retainers, $700, and that sounds about right because my head, I have SuperTech valve springs, seals, and springs and retainers, and that's about how much I paid for mine. Now I'm still running on stock cams. I don't know what kind of cams he has in his head. I had mine imported and polished. I did it myself. He probably had it done by a shop or maybe done by himself. But all that, all that adds up. I still have stock valve seals in mine. I'm sure he has his upgraded, so all that you gotta take into account. Turbo setup, he has a Borg Warner SX, I think SXE 74. It was a pretty decent turbos, not expensive like say Precision. That on Borg Warner website is $695. Pretty decent deal. Twin, he has twin setup for his manifold, for his sidewinder. I didn't even put that in, so that's another unaccounted cost that he didn't put on the list. But whatever sidewinder he's using, I'm sure it's a T4 setup, and he's running twin, I'm assuming tile wastegates, and tile wastegates are not cheap. I have a tile wastegate myself, 44 millimeter, and they go for $392. So he has two of them, so that's $784, give or take. He has for his transmission, PPG synchro gears. Now we know Fitzner transmissions are not cheap gear set. I myself know this. In my car, I have a dog box engagement straight cut, just 1 through 2nd, which you probably get a decent deal doing the synchronized setup. You get 1 through 4th for a decent deal, as opposed to getting the dog setup, because the dog setup is more expensive. I paid for mine $2,460 and change for the full synchro set, synchro helical gear set, because you can have a synchro dog, synchro helical, and a dog straight and a dog and a straight synchro. It's pretty confusing. Different setup, you know, especially for road use. So he has the synchro gear helical setup, which goes for $3,699, and I'm sure he has brand new synchros and seals. I had to change every single seal when I took my transmission apart, because I painted mines and I baked it in the oven, and I wasn't going to reuse all the old seals, so I bought brand new seals from Honda. But I already used my old synchros that came in the car. I didn't have any transmission shifting problem with mine. I estimated to $700, and I didn't even add fuels. Like, I'm using Torco RTF in my car. I don't know what type of fuel he's using in his, oil he's using in his, but I'm using RTF. Things that he didn't even put on the list, like K-Pro, sure he's using a version 4. That goes for $695. I'm sure you had to find an ECU, wiring harness, fuel setup. He didn't have that on the list as well. I can guesstimate that to around $2,000. I knew how much I spent on mine. That's why I'm not probably doing how much it cost me, because I spend so much money. I'm probably close to this, you know. But that's what comes with a hobby. That's the sacrifice I took. So be it. But fuel setup could run you a lot, and it's the small things that add up. Yes, you know you need a turbo kit. Yes, you know you need a turbo, but like the small things, like boost controllers, you know, push lock fittings, or if you use a regular barb fitting, you know, all these small things, AN line, AN fittings, you know, all these things add up. So for the fuel setup, I guesstimate around $2,000, because I'm kind of close into that with injectors, fuel surge, fuel pump, you know, in-tank pump, all it adds up. And you know, with all that being said, the total that I got is $22,660.27. Now again, these numbers can vary, because I just pulled this from the website. Who knows, you could have bought the parts used, or which I likely assume brand new, because if you're doing this at a shop, you know, I'm sure you're not going to want to use used parts and, you know, have some sort of liability doing so. So, and obviously the price is a little bit lower than what he's listing it for, but again, there's a lot of stuff that he's probably missing out on in the listing. The paint of the car, I don't think that's a OEM Honda paint. Tire setup, suspension setup, brake setup, miscellaneous stuff inside the interior. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that is missing in the list. So yeah, it's it's way up there than what this car is worth, brand new from Honda back in '99. 97, 90, 96, 2000. So would I buy it for that much? Man, I have mixed feelings about it because I'm not so much into buying like turnkey perfect cars, because that car's perfect with me. Like, man, I buy it, I just drive it, you know what I'm saying? But I want to do an all-wheel drive build myself, so I think this would be a great car to get into if you want to turn into an all-out drag build or whatever. Alex is a big shop in Humble Performance in Tulsa, and he bought, Hub City's car. Everything is right there. You don't have to worry about having to find this part, finding waggle parts. As we know, the commodity on those is just going crazy. Ever since this all-wheel drive thing became a trend, prices have just went up. I have a bunch of waggles driving around here. I'm thinking about just getting me some parts and just put them on the side until I'm ready to do my all-wheel drive build. So if I was him, I'd probably post this car for 22, man, 22, 25. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get back your money. That's one thing with this sport, in my opinion. You're gonna lose out, with this hobby. Yes, it all depends. I guess if you're driving a Lamborghini or something crazy, yes, those tend to hold their value more so stock. But I mean, you're not gonna get every dollar for dollar back in your car, And like he said, you're just playing around just to get a feel. If somebody grabs it, someone grabs it. But like he said, he's not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of guys are trolling. I hope it's just for fun, man. Because I would feel so bad. I'll put it down. Me, I really don't give a fuck. But man, everybody trolling this guy, man. Yes, it'll probably be a lot cheaper if he'd done the work himself, which again, I'm assuming this was done by a shop. But if you think about it, would you prefer, selling someone a car knowing that it's built by a reputable shop, or you building it in the rain like I am with my car? My car is built in the rain, so it's not done by a professional shop. It's done right in front of my yard. So I mean, it's like buying a Lamborghini and it's built outside versus built by UGR or Sheepy, or a high built Corvette or muscle car built in front of your driveway, or it's built by Hennessy. Brands do add, again, it's all psychological, all societal. You have a big name behind it, it costs a lot. And yes, again, I did say you can get lots of cars, turnkey, daily drivable cars for that kind of money. But again, it's what you love, in my opinion, and it's not because it shouldn't be because of what you drive. Because everything is status. You know what I'm saying? You're not driving a nice car because you just want to drive a nice car. You're trying to prove something to people as well. We're all human beings. We're gonna show off in some way or fashion. So yes, I've heard somebody saying, "Oh well, my S55, Mustang, 1,000 horsepower and all that." But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a Mustang. It's not like it's a Porsche or a Lamborghini. Yeah, you gotta be okay. So for me, one of the cars that I want to buy, I'm hopefully I can afford it in the future. I want a C6 Corvette Z06 LS7, 7.0, and I want to build a motor, and hopefully I can get close to 1,000 horsepower. Now, at the end of the day, it's still a GM car, but it's a beautiful car. As me as an enthusiast, it's a beautiful car. Does that mean it's worth more than all that money I spent? I'm probably going to be close to, say, buying a Lamborghini or R8 or a Porsche, a GT3 RS. Does that make it, on the same level as those cars? I don't think so. Especially coming from a status point of view, I don't think so. It's still a mass-produced GM car, So, but from the enthusiast side, I would prefer having the C6 than a Porsche or a Lamborghini or a R8. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But again, everything is a status. We We want to have the expensive stuff, pay crazy amount of payments, still buy parts to build a car, and we're just losing. You know what I'm saying? You know, same as buying the iPhone 11. The iPhone 10 ain't even that old yet, but we're just buying the iPhone 11 just for the status, just for the anything. You know, we're human beings. You know, we have our flaws, but you know, I want to hear you guys' opinion about it. Like I said, it's a lot of money for a Civic, but for a built Civic, turn the key A to B. Now I'm sure this car has a surge tank, because with the all-wheel drive, you know, with this drive shaft, I don't think it's going to clear the stock in-tank pump. But I guess depending on what size the fuel surge the tank is, you know, you can drive. So for me, I can drive from here to Memphis, from here to Nashville. You know, I probably won't be driving a built car that far anyways. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I'd like to hear what you guys' feedback is. You know, 22,660,27, and change. You know, again, that's a lot of money for Honda, but again, it's a built Honda. Turnkey, ain't got nothing to worry about. Fill up the gas, change the oil. You got yourself a 9 second Honda, 9 second car. That's crazy. And yes, it's not the most attractive car, but at least you know you have something look like a sleeper, you know. So again, leave your comments. Let me guys know what you think. Stop trolling the dude. It's great. It's funny. Even right now, I'm going through it, and people still going crazy. You know, it's funny. You know, it brings humor to the sport. But goddamn, man, it's crazy. But thank you guys for watching this. Leave your comments, like, share, subscribe. Peace.